Good morning, 10:31 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Saturday, January 28th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So before we get started here, I want to talk about, we'll get into the charts, but I'm going to be doing something new, sending new information out. So first things first, I would really appreciate if you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well if you get any value out of this update at some point. And if you could do me a favor, share this far and wide. You need to take the responsibility to help me get this information out. I get shadow banned by YouTube, so if you want more people to see my content, I would greatly appreciate it. So before we get into the charts, which we can see XRP is down 1.02% or at 4087, and Bitcoin's hovering at about 23K. I want to talk about 5 myths about XRP real quick. So 5 myths about XRP. 1. XRP is only used for illegal activities. This is a common misconception about XRP as it is used for a variety of legitimate purposes such as cross-border payments and micropayments. 2. XRP is only used by Ripple. While Ripple is a major user of XRP, it is also used by other companies and individuals. 3. XRP is not a cryptocurrency. XRP is a digital asset similar to other cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. 4. XRP is centralized. While Ripple plays a significant role in the development and management of XRP, it is still a decentralized digital asset that is open to anyone to buy, sell, and hold. And as you know, they have individual nodes to verify any transaction, or to validate any transaction, validator nodes. And 5. The value of XRP is tied to Ripple's success. XRP's value is determined by the market demand and supply, not by the success or failure of Ripple or any other company, which I think a lot of people forget that XRP is not tied to the hip to Ripple. So I'm going to do quick things like that, sharing key facts about Ripple. And the next one, if you watch the continuous updates, I'm going to talk about, we're also going to talk about in an upcoming update, and I'll give you a synopsis of it. It's the Ripple Protocol Consensus Algorithm. The RPCA is the consensus mechanism used by the Ripple Protocol. It is a distributed consensus algorithm that allows all participants in the network to come to a consensus on the state of the ledger. We're going to deep dive into the RPCA, or the Ripple Protocol Consensus Algorithm, in an update to come. But I'm going to be jamming more of these updates with information fact-based and also some myths to dispel. So XRP sits at 4089, down 1%. We continue to be made this new pattern formation yesterday as we had support, resistance, support, resistance. Already had the verified pattern when I hit up here. Came back down to support, hit resistance. Now it's trending back to support. So if this breaks to the downside, you would have to break the 40 level, so 40 cents. And then your next uptrending support would be about the 386 level, followed by the 371. And then below that is the 355. But that takes some work to get down there. But we showed this uptrending support yesterday on the channel. I'm trying to keep everybody ahead. And when this first dropped in this head and shoulders formation, we talked about this pivot line at the 417. It came across and now it's slightly descending, or declining, I should say, and it hit it perfectly at X marks the spot at 414. So now your major pivot level is 414. You break above that, you do have higher ambitions at 442 if you break out, or 445, 456, or 446. That is the ultimate target here on a busted, what can be considered as a bull flag. And if you're watching me, this is my interpretation of how I perceive the market. These are the way that I trade the market. So this is what I'm looking at very confluently for the next big rejection if it happens. So you had what looks like a bull flag, broke down, and now, yes, obviously, we are going to invalidate that bull flag, especially on if we can hit this in the resistance and verify that this was rejected. So that's what I've been looking for. That's why the 442 level started, but now that it's come way up, now you have to make it appropriate. So if it happens by the end of January, it's about the 445 level. 446 is where I'm going to put the plus minus. You could actually do 447. But we're going to try to come up there into that area. And if we get rejected, it suggests that if we come all the way out here, this is the X marks the spot in the pattern formations. That used to be the old support coming to resistance. So could the 455 level be the ultimate hit? We don't know. But I'm talking about the 442 because that's where it needs to come up from way back here. And now, like I said, it just happened to be matched up a little bit. If you go to the 28th, it looks like the 447. So 447 is where we would come up if we break out. If we break down, it's a slippery slope because if that turns into a head and shoulders pattern and pulls the right arm down, like I said, you got to break the 40 cents, and then you got very quick work down to the 387, 386. And then you'd be down to the 371 followed by the 355. So it can be very, very dicey. And it can happen very, very quickly. Very quickly. So that's what I'd be paying attention to in this update. If we go to our USD chart, so I can pull it out into the long term for anybody who's interested in the grand pattern instead of just the day-to-day trading, because I like to show for the swing traders, and also just an idea of where the price action's at. It's not necessarily just the swing traders. So these are what I've come up with, and this is if we can break out at key determined levels. So this would be the end of this ascending triangle, which means our floor, if we held this, would be about the 315 if we come back down. If we break that, the next level below would be 18.1, and that's the second uptrend. And then the third uptrend going back to 2014 would bring you down to 2 cents. The one from 2017 would bring you down to 18, depending on where you hit it, about 18.7. And then the uptrend that started it hasn't been like just yesterday, but it started in March of 2020. And that uptrend says the 315 is your new key level of support if you can continue to hold that. We've had 3 hits so far, but we're very close if we came back through to actually falling apart. So these are the in-depth numbers. This is one that if we were to break out on Monday, about December of 24, you'd have a parabolic spike very quickly to $1.75. If you held this off and bounced out appropriately out of this area on May of 2025, May 26, 2025, that's when you could have these parabolic spikes. And yes, there are some opportunities where this goes over $50, $100. And that would be if we appropriately win the lawsuit. XRP Ripple is clearly in a position where it's easily maintainable. And it's also got good public perception, and institutional investors are buying. They become the transformation of wealth for the USA and the world renowned, or the world as a whole. And they also become a store of value in a different sense than gold, but a store of value of all of crypto. Not of your money preserve of wealth, but they are the store of value of all crypto, which means all crypto, whether you buy it or sell it, would have to go through Ripple as a store of value because they have the liquidity on their ODL with the XRP ledger and the way they run RippleNet. So basically by having the liquidity pool, all other cryptos would have to run through XRP Ripple. And if that happens, these are those parabolic moves you can have. It's not that they would be the fiat currency for the entire world, but what they would allow is for you to transfer any of your native cryptocurrencies into Ripple, and you could cash it out for any native currency. Not all cryptos are going to be like that. Or what will happen in a store of value setting is XRP Ripple. You would send your Matic over to Ripple or XRP, and then XRP can be converted into your normal currency, and then you could send it back to the other. You could actually cash out your native currency. Not all cryptos of the future are going to have the capabilities of cashing out in all currencies, all fiats. Ripple will. It'll be the on-demand liquidity, and it's going to be the basket case for all of crypto, I believe. That's why I call it the stable coin for all of crypto. It's not your typical stable coin where it has a $1,000 or $500 price target on limit. It's your store of for all of crypto. So it's going to have a major value, but it's also going to be able to move a lot of liquidity so that many, many different countries, when you sell out of your native crypto, let's just say you like, I don't know, fucking Matic. You sell it, and there's no way to go back into your native currency. You simply send the Matic over to XRP, sell the XRP into your native currency, and that becomes your big liquidity pool. That's how I perceive things happening. So hopefully you got something out of this update. We'll take a quick look at Bitcoin to see its trend line from October of 2021. And currently, we're still trying to break through, but we haven't made any noise. None. Zero. And we're on the bottom side of this uptrending support line that I've talked very key about that started on January 20th. You wanted to not bounce around here inside of this like inside out wedge, but it appears we've done just that. So during the weekend, if we get rejected by 23,240, expect us to trend down to 22,537, and then beyond that, if we make it down to 21,965, that's your first sign that something terrible is going on, and this is actually turned into a head and shoulders. If we pull this down, it very easily could turn into a head and shoulders pattern, but we can't count our chickens before the eggs hatch, so to say. So if it pulled down, you could have very easily something like that. So let's be very diligent. Let's pay attention, and let me know in the comments what you think about the information jammed into this update. Hashtag be better, do better. Hashtag FUD Assassins. And remember, help one person each and every day. Because if I don't do my part and you don't do your part, this journey is no fun separated and divided. If you want to join Tom's Army, if you want to use the exchanges I use so you don't have to pay spot fees, I highly encourage, if you're in the USA, use MEXC. You don't need a VPN, no KYC, futures trade up to 200x, which I don't advise, but it's there. And there's no spot fees on the buy or sell. BitGet's the same way. You just need a VPN if you're a new user in the USA. And UPHOLD's my most trusted. It's where I stake my ZIL. It's where I have over 4K liquid. And I also stake a little algo. And then I also have my DGB on there, which has done a one bagger with approximately one bagger, so 100% on those, along with ZIL. So join me in Tom's Army. Click on there. It's the easiest way to get a hold of me. And very, very active with a very, very nice community that's growing and getting on more of the same page each and every day.